Hello everyone, my name is OPSR and I am back with the fastest back-to-back upload since like 2013. And this is because merely the day after I got my incredible sub 20 speedrun, I was on even better pace, even faster pace than my 1918. This run, well, I said sub 10 pace in the title. I put a question mark next to it because it would have had to been perfect to have been sub 10, but the fact that it was even possible on any seed is lucrative. It's insane. But this seed, if any seed, is capable of getting it. This seed is just unlike almost anything I've ever seen from any runner, and it's because of a combination of just really, really good luck and me playing fine. I think I make two mistakes in this run that hold it back from being even faster pace. One of them happens very, very late in the run, and one of them happens pretty soon, unfortunately. But regardless, my goal of my post commentary today is to tell you about why it was not sub 10, why it's merely just called pace, but why this run, or what I'm also going to say, is why this run is so good to be at the level where I can even question if it's sub 10 pace. And the first reason is because in this rune portal chest, there is a looting 2 sword. Now, the advantage of having looting is when you kill a blaze, and you have looting 2 on bedrock, it still has a 50-50 chance to drop blaze rods. But when it drops blaze rods, it can drop anywhere from 1 to 3. So, theoretically, I could kill 2 blazes and be done with the fortress, and have an incredibly fast fortress split. The other thing it can do, and this isn't very useful on Java Edition, but this is on Bedrock Edition, and warped forests spawn Endermen like crazy. So what a lot of top runners will do is just ignore the Bastion entirely and go to a warped forest and kill Endermen, and typically between 3 and 4 minutes later they'll have all of the pearls they need. But with a looting sword, instead of killing the typical like 25 Endermen, you might need to kill 10. Hell, maybe even 5. Having a warped forest and a fortress with a looting sword gives you incredible pace. And you have to add that to the fact that I'm going to know exactly where the stronghold is. You may notice that this village is pretty far away from spawn. Most Java runners and would not run like 600 blocks to a village. But what I like about this village is that the coordinates are sort of around the coordinates of 700, 200, which is what we refer to on Bedrock as a hotspot. This means that strongholds are actually very likely to spawn under this village. Well, very likely as in like 10%, but it's a chance we're willing to take. So if we find a village at good chords around 700, 200, which this village happens to be, you just find 4-4 in the chunk, and you dig down, and you hope to find the stronghold. They can be very deep because it's in 1.20, so spoiler alert, we might be in this digging screen a while. Especially because I only have a stone pickaxe, and the zombie almost kills me. I don't know why it wouldn't let me hit it, but we're fine. Everything's fine. So we're just continuing the dig down. I think we hit another big cave eventually, which speeds up this dig down a little bit, but other than that, it's a pretty slow dig down. I wouldn't consider that a massive time loss of the seed because it's not that bad compared to some other seeds because I have 2 caves to speed up the dig down. So, really not that bad of a dig at all. And because it was so fast, because I started digging down at 3:30, I'm going to hit the stronghold at like 4:30, which is really good pace. And about stronghold, I hit it right now. So it's about a 1 in 10 chance to hit a stronghold on a good chords village. So I'm super excited right now. And then I get really good stronghold nav, and I find the portal room immediately. And it's a 2-eye. Again, my past 3 strongholds have all been 2-eyes. I don't understand, but I'm certainly not complaining. And then, when I'm building the portal, I do this. it pains me to watch.
Oh my god.
I tried to build the portal as fast as possible to get my new fastest enter nether through stronghold. And by going super fast, I messed up. And I placed a piece of obsidian right in the middle of the portal. So now I have to waste 30 seconds breaking that piece of obsidian with a stone pickaxe. Not fun.
What a throw.
But it didn't kill the run, it just
Yeah,
made it
hit it.
30 seconds slower, which is unfortunate, but
Yeah.
I almost want to say luckily that didn't
No,
make the difference between world record or not because of something that's missing in the nether, but we'll get to that once we actually get into the nether. But
Yeah, it's fine.
even though I misplaced obsidian and lost 30 seconds, this is still some of my fastest pace ever. I'm still going to enter the nether
30 seconds
through
what?
the stronghold at 5:37,
There
which
might
is
still be
just
one
7
second or
seconds
two.
slower than my best pace
Yep. No, okay,
ever.
it's not. Okay,
And
well,
I have a looting
I
sword.
didn't realize it.
So this pace is insane. All I need now is a fortress and a blue forest. And well, not instantaneously, because I go to mine this
We have
tree, because I
16:59
want
for.
blocks. Instantaneously, I find the fortress.
Okay, wait.
I
I might be on
am
like
panicking.
faster run.
If I have a warped forest, and there actually is a likely chance to have a warped forest nearby, because Crimson Forest
I might
and
be on
Warped
like faster
Forest
run.
like to spawn near each other.
Can we ping
But
pace fast
regardless of
for
that,
6 minutes
this
in fort
pace
with stronghold
is
with speed too?
insane.
Is that a pace fast
All I
goal?
need to do now is not die in the fortress, kill less than the usual amount of blazes to get my blaze rods, and then just find a warped forest. I'm really hoping I can see one from all the way up here, but that isn't the case. So I make my way over to the blaze spawner and just get my rods, and then I'm gonna just run a random direction where the terrain looks good and really, really, really hope to find a warped forest. But first, I gotta make it through this part of the fortress, which is a little scary. There's a wither skeleton here, but he stands no chance. And kill this cycle of blazes with our the combined effort of our stone sword and our wooden sword, golden sword, because I don't want to waste the durability. I'm gonna need all the durability I can for killing Enderman. And I already have two blaze rods, so only one blaze dropped, but he dropped two rods. So super convenient. Always the good part of looting. But really, where looting shines is because of this cycle. That blaze drops two rods, and this blaze drops two rods. So I'm out of the fortress already at 7:15. This pace is unlike anything anyone has ever seen. A 7:15 fort leave would be good on a lava pool enter. This is a 7:15 fort leave on a stronghold enter. And if there's warped right here, this is realistic sub 10 pace because of my looting sword. But unfortunately, this is where the pace completely dies. There is no warped for hundreds of blocks. If I went backwards from my home portal, which I don't think any runner would realistically have
Oh
done
man,
on this run, I would have found warped within like a minute or so. Although the terrain isn't spectacular, so it's still unlikely that it would have been sub 10. Well, I think it's impossible that it would have been sub 10, but it very, very easily could have been world record. Unfortunately, I don't do that because I don't think it's the logical thing to do, and I don't think any runner would have done that. I think most other
oh
runners would check
no.
these quadrants because they guaranteed have more forest. They're on the way from where I am. I don't have to backtrack through more of the fortress, so I go this way. Is that a misplay? I don't know. What would you guys have done? Tell me in the comments, I guess? I don't know. Join the Discord server, tell me there. I don't know. But what I do is this, and it does not pay off. So, right now, we're just kind of wandering about the nether. Not much interesting to say. I forget the fact that I have blocks from the dig down, so I keep, like, mining random wood. Because I am still panicking at this point. This pace is still world record pace, for sure. And it will be for the next, like, 2 minutes until I don't find warped. But while I'm sort of just wandering aimlessly through the nether here, I want to talk about something that sort of transcends this run itself, and that is the
Bro, I
fact that
found a
I
second
leave for
fortress.
college in 9 days.
Uh,
And that is scary. That is really scary. Oh, yeah. Also, I find a second fortress here. If that was a
bro,
bastion, this also could have
Lord,
been good pace,
man.
but it was not. So, whatever.
Fine.
Where was I? Yes, I leave for college
So
in 9 days,
7 minutes
and that is
before we
scary.
leave with
But
stronghold and looting.
what the last 3 days have taught me, of 3 days ago, or 2 days ago, having
No,
one
not
run
yet.
where if I went the right way, I would have had
Maybe
world
I think
record
this
because
one's
of
really
Bastion
balanced
and
at this
Fortress.
pace.
Having another day where I got a sub 20, and if the Bastion had been a
This
different
one's
kind of
pretty good.
Bastion, it probably would have been world record. And then
It hasn't
today,
warped yet.
having a run where if I had a warped forest, it
Surprise.
could have been sub 10, a full 6.5 minutes
Which one
faster
was
than
that?
world record. I think I've made a decision that I think I can get world record
Come on,
in the
man.
next 9 days.
Freaking blue trees.
I'm gonna play a lot of Minecraft. I'm gonna upload a lot of runs on also Ophi, which is my other channel. Other channel. I'm gonna play a lot. I'm just gonna go. I have a chance to get world record, and I'm not gonna let that chance go. But you may be wondering what happens if you don't get world record in the 9 days before you leave for college. Well, one, I will cry. But two, what else I will do is take a deep breath, move on, and run 1.19.5 on my laptop. This is not 1.20. My laptop cannot run 1.20. It will explode. But at least what it can do is make me run a version 1.18 plus, which is the category on speedrun.com that this run is in. Speedrun.com doesn't care if it's 1.20,
Come on,
1.19,
man.
1.18. It doesn't care. It's all in the same category.
Man.
I would
But
like it
if
to be
this is a
1.20.
fast
I
freaking
think it's
video,
better not only for the viewers to understand that it's the most current version,
I've
but
got the
it's
warp.
I like the version. I like it better than anything except 1.19.51. But the beautiful thing about 1.19.51
Man.
is it just kind of it runs smoother, it
I just
crashes
watched the
less,
pace
and
just
Enderman
slowly die.
spawn slightly faster in warped
Watching
forests
the
technically.
greatest
So
pace of all
it
time
is a good
slowly
version,
die.
but it will not be on a console. So if I want to get world record then after these 9 days, the difficulty increases because it's no
We
longer
can't
getting a
sell micros though.
1638, it's getting a 1455, which is much more difficult. So, realistically, I have 9 days, or the
But
challenge
don't get me
becomes
started.
even harder.
It's
And I'm
much.
up to that challenge.
No
I
way,
want to
buddy.
get it in the 9 days, and if I fail,
I
I'll
have to
go
do
for
it
it in
tomorrow if
college.
I want to find the actual
Uh,
warp.
Alright, a break from the future of OVSR stuff
No,
because we are in a warped forest now,
I'm at
but it
almost 20
sucks.
right
This
now.
is
I'm
not
trying
the
to get
warped
to the
forest I was
nether.
talking about earlier that if I went backwards from home portal I would have found. This is a different one that sucks much, much, much more. But
I
using
just
my
played along better with it.
incredibly large brain, I can determine that if there's warped there, it means it's the start of a biome. And if it's not everywhere else,
Fuck,
I can
man.
just mind the direction I know the biome will be, and then dig down right here and probably
Super
just
crazy.
fall into the rest of the warped. And that is exactly what happens. So now I'm in a warped. It's not world record pace anymore, but what it is sub 20 pace. So I'm just gonna kill Enderman. I'm gonna hit them 4 times with my stone sword. Well, I think 3. That's a mistake because it means I have to use 2 durability. I should have hit them 4, but anyway, that's what I do, and it works out just fine. Uh, I end up doing this for a really, 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 really long time. So, and I think mostly what I'll just talk about is sort of just like my plan for speedrunning in college and everything. If you are uninterested and bored by this fact, just skip ahead like 6 minutes. That's when I start leaving the warped forest. But unfortunately, there is a bastion to my left right now, and there are piglins to my right now. And both of these are taking up the spawn cap, meaning less and less Enderman can spawn over time. So even though I have 3 pearls right now out of the 10 I need, the pace dies very quickly because the treasure bastion right there, which is not it's there's no point in going to it right now. But it's gonna soak up all my spawns because there can only be a certain amount of mobs in an area, and the treasure bastion has a lot of those mobs that can be in that area. So I'm just gonna kill Enderman for a while, and eventually we'll
I'm
be
at
able to
5
leave and go
pace
back to home
very
portal.
fast, and there's a bastion. There's a treasure bastion like right
But
there
until then,
that I can't do anything about.
what's the plan? for college, I'm bringing my laptop. I'm bringing my phone. I am not bringing the PlayStation because my brother wants to use it, and that's nothing nothing against him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him in the slightest, and I don't really have a monitor slash TV to use in college for the PlayStation, so I'm just gonna bring my laptop and my phone. I can run pretty much any speedrun category now, which is really nice because I have the ability to downgrade. I do plan on continuing to use a controller for my speedruns, which is an interesting decision to be sure, being a PC player with a controller. Definitely puts me at a disadvantage, but to be honest, I don't really care. It isn't about getting the speedrun.com world records for me, it's getting runs I care about at this point in my career. It just so happens to be that the run I would care about most is a speedrun.com world record in this category. Uh, but yeah, I don't plan on live streaming anymore. I plan on using like my voice in speedruns as little as possible because I don't want to annoy my roommate and the multiple people in the thin walls around me because college dorms. What I do plan on doing is on top of speedrunning a little bit, most likely a lot less than usual, especially considering I'm running like 8 hours right now. A lot less than usual. But what I also want to start doing is making more like documentary style speedrun videos, like Summoning Salt. If you've seen like Summoning Salt, just basically documentaries, but of speedruns and telling stories, and just I love watching Summoning Salt. It makes me I can't even describe the feeling. It's just otherworldly, and I want to give other people that feeling that I get when I watch Summoning Salt. So I want to try to make like documentary style videos like him, and I can make them about speedruns I've done. I can make them about 1.20. I can make them about Set Seed. I can make them about freaking Minecon Earth. I don't know, but having the freedom to uh, make whatever video I want and having the guarantee that I can make a video and not having to deal with the risk of can I get this world record? Can I get this run? I know I can make a video, and that consistency is, I think, going to be really nice for this channel. And for this channel, I do plan to keep uploading. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be a part of the community of speedrunners that I'm in. I just might not be speedrunning as much as I usually do, and
Yeah,
on
basically
different
like
categories.
yeah.
With the sentimental, boring college stuff out of the way, I guess let's return to this run, which is incredibly boring at this point. I've been very unlucky with Enderman spawns, and additionally very unlucky with Enderman drop rates. But it's a very small warped, and it's put me in a position to get unlucky because there's just so little room for spawns. Uh, and that guy doesn't drop either. The other guy only dropped one. So now we need to keep looking for more and more Endermen. And at this point, it's been 5+ minutes since I entered this warp. I'm basically just running in circles hoping for Endermen to spawn. And it's not any good pace anymore. At this point, I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. Let's just finish this run. Let's just get it out there and just upload it with the intent of showing the insane pace I was on, not the insane run I'm going to get. Because at this point, this run is mid, incredibly mid. I'm thinking in my mind, this is probably another 23XX. There's a inside joke that the only time I can get RSG is 23XX. I have like 5 of them, now 6, and I have no idea why this coincidence exists. So I'm like, you know what? Frick it. Let's just play it out. Let's kill these Endermen. Let's get a 23XX. And now I have all the pearls I need, plus 1, which is nice because it means I can use it in the end for the 1 cycle. Uh, but now we're just kind of leaving. We're going. Now it's just a matter of let's complete the speed run. It's not going to be anything special, but might as well. So we're just going to dig through this wall because I knew I digged through this wall to get here, but I have no idea where it came from. So I find warped. This is not where I entered from, but it kind of is on the same Y level. So now I'm going to just dig like right here. And very, very soon I will find the main open area of the nether that I had spent so much time in earlier. That'll be right about... Nope, that's gold. That'll be right about now. There's also piglins. I have a bad history with piglins killing me on sub 20 pace. But this is not sub 20 pace, so they do not kill me. Yay! I still have to run through this Crimson, though, for a couple hundred blocks, because I am far away from home portal. So there's always the possibility that piglins and hoglins can kill me now, but I've been getting a lot better at not dying to things like these, so I'm pretty confident that I can just make it back to the home portal now and complete the run. That hay bale clutch was not as risky as it seemed. Hay bale is super easy on Bedrock. You can just hold down the place button. So, yeah, I was very confident doing that. That sword piglin takes a bullet for me. That could have been interesting if I was shot off the pillar there. Uh, I sort of thought I was much further ahead of the piglins than I actually was, but it turned out alright. I know I need to go a little bit more this way. This guy is going to die. This guy is also going to die. And we're getting closer and closer to our home portal. We can see right about now we get to terrain that is familiar, and we're like, okay, we can just complete this run now. We're all good. It's not going to be anything special, but at least we're completing the run and getting our second sub 25 that day. Uh, I believe my 17th sub 30, which is pretty epic. And right now we are back,
Alright, it's a 21
and now it's
minute
time to
run
one
again.
cycle the Ender Dragon. I decided I'm going to go for jump cycle, which is very difficult on a controller, but I'm confident in my ability to hit. I have hit it on the past two RSG runs I've went for it. So now it's just a matter of quickly sorting my inventory, making sure that I don't accidentally craft all my Ender Eyes, having some pretty clean eye fills, I think. Yep, pretty clean. And now I just gotta get to the dragon. So I tower up a little bit here. In the end, this block doesn't load, which kind of scares me. But the dragon perch is a little late, so I know I can get there first try. I'm at about 22 minutes flat right now. I'm like, okay, we can get a 22-minute run. The dragon actually does not perch instantly, to my surprise, but it does in a second. So now we're gonna throw a crypt bug. We're gonna do the one cycle. Normally, I'd say just enjoy the one cycle, but unfortunately, something goes wrong, and I don't know if I want to spoil it yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna spoil it. I miss, I miss jump cycle. I haven't done it in a while, but it's still a very, very risky end fight. It's fast, but it's risky. So when I go for it, I just go a little too slow on the last bed, and the dragon gets away. The problem was my second bed was really fast, so I took a lot of damage from it, and now I didn't want to kill myself with my bed, so I took it a little slow, and hoped the dragon would just re-perch soon, and it does. So that has been my run. Thank you for watching, and enjoy my mid-reaction. Okay, whatever. Only OVSR gets a 23XX on this seed, bro. Fucking hell. Okay. Alright. 23, 10. Whatever. Whatever. The greatest pace in 1.20 history, lost to many things. Alright, GG.